What's up, everybody? Let's look and see what happened in the marketplace today, August 23rd. Upper left-hand corner there, you can see it's 1600 or 4 o'clock. I'm in Central Standard Time, so for me, the market closes at 4 o'clock. The futures market, that is. We're looking at the September contracts for the E-mini S&P 500 futures. I usually trade the E-micro, and I currently trade in December contracts. But we'll look at the most current ones to get the data, yeah? Look at that beautiful candlestick today. Oh my gosh. All-time new high, beautiful thing. What a great looking candlestick. Clear, meaning the body is hollow. Almost no wick on the top side of the candlestick. That's a beautiful thing. That's a very good sign for trading long. Stick around the end of the video. I'll show you my profit loss on the trades I made today. Yes, I did trade the S&P 500 futures today. Let's look below that, the stochastic momentum index. You can see that the momentum is just basically rolled over today, a little bit yesterday and today. So that's really good. In theory, there's a lot of room left on momentum. Okay. You can see the Big Daddy forecast is forecasting that the market's going to continue to go up. Another good sign. Down to VIX. The VIX today is a little bit lower than it was yesterday. Let me just check real quick. I thought I put it on there, but I didn't. Let's check. The VIX today, 1715, and yesterday was 1856. Okay? Yeah. So the VIX has come down quite a bit. That's another good sign that we've got really good movement of up. The prices are moving up, right? That's a good sign. Now at the very, very bottom, I put in the Dow Jones Transportation. And you can see all the way back from May, it looks like May 10th, all the way to today, the Dow Jones Transportation has been trading down in opposition or in contrast to the S&P 500. Look, if we look all the way back up at the candlesticks for the S&P 500, you can see way back on May 10th is a green line, right? It runs from the same day as the Dow Jones Transportation all the way up to just a few days ago. I need to extend that line a little bit more now since today's all-time high, and it probably will hit that line if I extend the line in the next day or two. But you can see that these two things are moving in opposition. Okay, if you haven't watched the divergence and why that's significant between these two symbols, I'll put a link in the description. Go back and watch. I have 2 divergence videos. You can go back and watch them. Really, really important. So I'll continue to track the Dow Jones Transportation as a bottom indicator, okay, because I really honestly believe, and this has kind of been proven out historically, that the Dow Jones Transportation is predictive indicator for the stock market, specifically for the S&P 500, okay? So if the Dow Jones Transportation comes up a lot, guys, and kind of comes all the way back up to May 10th high, then of course I'll continue to move the red line, and we'll take the market for what it is, right? We're going to trade what's in front of us. Now I still contend, based on what I'm seeing here with the divergence, that we will have a huge decline this fall or winter. Okay, but for right now, long side trading looks good, all-time high. I don't really care about pricing. I care about trading and making profits. Okay, let's look at the next chart. Let's talk about what happened with my trades first on the S&P 500. So you can see this is today, a little upper left-hand corner there, a little past 8:30 in the morning, which is the time the market opens up for me. And you can see the difference here also is that these are the E-micro S&P 500s, as I said, December 2021 contracts, right? So I'm trying to trade the E-micros, not the E-mini. On the right, you can see I got 3 contracts there. I'm already up $263.75 on some pretty small positions I took today, because I wanted to wait and see what the market was going to do, so I didn't go big. I didn't even go medium. I kept it small because I wanted to see, was it going to break all-time highs, which it did, and I turned a nice little profit here at up to this point, already $263. And on this current position, I was just up $6, kind of waiting to see what was going to happen next. Okay, kept it kind of small. Let's look at the next screenshot here. So this about half an hour later, maybe a little less. You can see that those 3 positions have been closed. I didn't show the screenshot of my trailing stop, but I had a trailing stop that was in place, and you can see that $237.50 profit as it trailed back just a little bit and hit my stop. And really nice, sweet little profit today in the S&P 500, right? 237.50. I'm not complaining. That's a nice trade. Now let's look at crude oil, because this is where this was the play I've been talking about. I think I mentioned this in the last video. If you guys didn't watch it, I'll put a link in the description for that too. From I guess it's Sunday's video. I said if I'd make take a position on crude oil, I'd share it. Well, here you are. So this was at 8:36 in the morning for the E micro crude oil December 2021 contract. And you can see I had this one, look to the right there with the yellow rectangles. I just had one contract overnight, guys. Because when I went to bed, I said, you know what, I'm just going to put on one contract, keep it really, really small, right? Really low risk. And sure enough, when I woke up in the morning, $151 profit overnight. You know, no, I'm not going to kick myself or beat myself up for not putting in 5 or 10 contracts and making this $1,000. That's the way it goes. Okay, it was a nice little profit right there, 151 bucks. I don't mind waking up to that every morning. Okay, next screenshot here, 8:55. You can see that I put on 3 more contracts. Same E micro crude oil. You can see in the middle of the screen there, I got a sell, a trailing stop to sell. And I have the trails pretty tight, 8 cents. Because unlike the S&P 500, crude oil is by the penny. Okay, if you look to the right there, you'll see it's all in pennies. Whereas the E micro on crude is in 25-cent increments. Okay, so here you do pennies, so the trail is going to be completely different. In the S&P 500, I trail usually around $2, maybe a little more. If the market's really moving huge and big, like in a downward moving market where you get these crashes, then I'll put a bigger trail for the S&P 500. But here, because look at that beautiful, huge candlestick in the middle of the screen. What a day for crude oil, my goodness. So, you know, the S&P 500 all-time new highs, that's great. But the real play, and most people don't even know this, the real play was in the crude oil. That's where the real money was. A huge day in crude oil. So anyway, I had 3 contracts here. You can see that I was up $93 on this particular position, and I was up $244 for the day, right? And for those that want to know, trailing stop locks in profits. That's what I do. I lock in my profits. Okay, and in this particular trail stop, I had it kind of tight at 8 cents. Okay. All right, let's look at the next screenshot. Okay, the trailing stop was triggered. That's why you don't see a trailing stop in the middle of the screen anymore. At this point, I'm up to 17 for the day, just in crude. Okay, let's go to the next screenshot. Here we are. I took another 1 contract on the long side. So I hope you're kind of getting a feel for, okay, wait a minute, what just happened there, right? I had 3 contracts. They had a trailing stop, a little on the tight side for 8 cents. The market pulled back a little bit, 8 cents, enough to hit my trailing stop. I locked in my profits and took the profit. What did I do? Turned right around, took another contract, really small, started small. I could have gone a little bigger, but the candlestick was already sit at the very top. Look at the screen, in the middle of the screen. The candlestick is just peaked. I always looked at the range, but the range was $3.09, which is pretty good for crude. That's kind of a big day. Sometimes it can go bigger. So I was being conservative because I felt like the candlestick was kind of running out of steam for the day, right? And no, I don't really day trade, guys, just the way it turns out sometimes. I'm usually swing trading. But the action's been hot and heavy lately, so it is what it is. You know, take advantage of the market, right? Why not? So 1 position. Let's move on to the next screenshot. Long one contract. Okay, so what happened? Now, why am I 5? Well, I added 4 more contracts. Okay? I added 4 more. The range went from like $3.05 to $3.63. Buku, baby. Yeah. Talk about taking advantage of a moving market. Wow. Nice. So I added 4 more. Now I have a total of 5 contracts. You can see the trailing stop sitting in the middle of the screen. Why? Once again, simple, guys. Lock in the profits. And I kept the same trail of 8 cents. Right? You look to the right in the yellow rectangles, I'm up $157 for this particular position of 5 contracts. But for the day, now I'm up $374 on crude. Okay? Could have gone huge here. Could have gone big. Decided to keep it kind of smallish. Okay? Next screenshot you see here, the trailing stop was triggered. 325 profit for the day. Sweet day. Sweet day. Okay. So as I switch over to do a review on the crude oil, I'll finish up the video with this. That was such an awesome day today. I made a nice little profit on the S&P 500 futures at a new all-time high. Kind of waited it out, kept it small, wanted to see what the market was going to do. It was about maybe 17 if I remember right. The crude oil was like 325-ish. I mean, we're looking at a $550-ish day. I mean, what a beautiful day. I mean, I got no complaints making $550 in a day. Easily could have been $2,000-3,000 day, but I just wanted to kind of wait and see how things are going when you're coming off a low. Sometimes I like to be a little more patient. Okay, let's finish up with, as we look at crude oil, the kind of in the middle upper part of the screen, you'll see it says wick length in yellow letters. That's really, really important. I want to talk about this for a second. That's a nice candlestick right there. It's a green candlestick with a hollow body, which obviously means that crude oil closed above its open, and the wick is small. That's a good sign. Now, I didn't circle on this chart, but previous candlesticks that come out of lows, like back on July 19th, and there was one back on May, like right around May 18th or 19th. Very similar kind of action where you come out of this low, and the candlestick is a decent sized candlestick, and the wick is really small. Okay, this wick today, the one that's circled, it's a little bit bigger than the other ones I noticed in recent history, but it's still really good. It could have been a little bit better, but that's really important. Okay, if you have a big up day like that and you have a small candlestick, that's a good sign for the next day usually. Okay, so I expect at least one more day out of crude oil, because remember, if you look at not the all-time high, but if you look at the high to the left in the top of the middle of the screen, $76.98. From that point down to where we're at today, crude oil's been moving down, right? There's no denying that crude oil's in a downward market. Downward trend, I should say, sorry. So crude oil is going down. So even on a big up day like today, you got to be careful. You could get just a day or two up, and then boom, it'll move right back down on you. Okay? But based on what I'm seeing today, I think we're going to get one more day out of crude oil. We could get a lot. We could have a nice little run in crude oil. It could easily happen. But for right now, I'm feeling pretty confident about tomorrow for crude oil. That'll probably be the trade I'm going to make tomorrow. Would be more on crude oil than the S&P 500. Okay, I want to let the S&P 500 kind of run out and see what it does. I suspect the next few days on the S&P 500 is going to kind of get up there and then get into that whole small candlestick moving sideways and a little bit up thing. I think that's what we're going to see. It's just going to kind of be making new highs little by little, day by day. Okay, so for now, the big movements in crude oil, I'm going to take advantage of that instead. Okay, below that, the Big Daddy forecast says tomorrow's still going to be an update. That's good, like that. The stochastic momentum index is just now beginning to roll over. Nice and sweet. Love it. Looks really good. You'll notice I got a little red line there on the momentum. Okay, because we are in a downward moving trend for crude oil. I got to be careful. I'm being a little bit careful here and not just assume it's going to take off, because it might not do that. So that's what that red line's doing. Okay, and then lastly on the bottom we got the OVX, which is basically the volatility for crude oil. And yesterday it was at 40.67. Today 38.67. That's a pretty significant move. Okay, so remember, just like the VIX, the OVX volatility for crude oil, when it goes down, prices go up. For it to move 2 points like that, that's nice. That's a nice, confident building scenario that tomorrow probably will be an up day for crude oil. Okay. So there you go, guys and gals. That's what I think is going on for both the S&P 500. That's my profit loss for today. Really nice day. Don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate the thumbs up, guys and gals. And hit that bell notification. You get notified all the videos I put them out. And we'll talk to y'all real soon again next time.